So we now move on to step 15, and we need some more components. We need BB1. This is this longer screw, a machine screw, 33mm by 36mm. BB2, which is a 3mm by 27mm machine screw. We need 4 of our BA3s, which are 3 by 12mm self-tapping screws. And we need 2 of our flanged nuts. These are M3 flanged nuts. We also need here, we need B14, which is this component, B13, which is this component, and a G5, which is this component. And it's a case of screwing this onto our gearbox. So just have a little play around with this, the way this goes through. You've got to get the orientation correct here. This shoulder is quite a large shoulder, and this fits in this top section here, because if you look at your drawing, it goes in here, and then that should fit along that bottom hole there. The larger of the screws, the 36mm, the M3 by 36mm, that's going to go across the bottom. So let's do that. Let's pop these into place. And then what we can do is we can put this screw all the way through. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. All the way through, all the way through, all the way through. And it should slot into place there. And then I'm going to turn it upside down, use one of our flanged M3 nuts. And we should be able to wind that on like that. I don't think we're going too mad on here. And then the top one is very similar, but you're using the 27mm long one. And again, you go through the top, all the way through, all the way through, out through there, get your flanged nut. And it's tight. Again, it's soft plastics, you know, it's there. Then we need to take one of our 3 by 12mm self tappers, and that goes in and collects here. We need that. Again, don't go too mad because this is soft plastics, just enough. There we go. So that holds that bottom bit in. And then we take our G5 component, and this sits, and you've got this, oh, let me just put this down so you've got this section here, as you can see in the drawing. That place is there, and it collects the top holes there and there, and the one in the middle. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's pop the one in the middle. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. And there we have it. Step 15 is now complete. So we're moving on to step 16 now. And with step 16, we're going to be starting the dampers. And in particular, we're looking at the rear dampers. And just so that you can distinguish between the rear and the fronts, well, the rears are longer and larger cylinders for the rear, the heavier part of the car. And also you notice Tamiya put them in bags. So the components used to make up the pistons, so these are the X components here, are in the clear bag. So anything that's yellow damper orientated in clear bags, that's for the rear. And anything that is yellow damper related but in blue bags is going to be for the front. So we'll put those to one side and we'll concentrate on the rears. Got some components out already, namely these little E-clips again, so the BB6, 4 of the 2mm E-rings. We've also got this rear piston rod. This is a grey coloured rod here, so again, if you're in any doubt, just match it up to the drawing and you will see that it matches the drawing. But 2 of those, because we've got 2 rear dampers to make. And of course, we got the O-rings. These are red O-rings, so we need 4 of those. So I'm just going to get the rest of the components out, de-flash them as I take them off using a knife so they're nice and smooth, and get all the components that I need to make up the rear dampers. And I'll show you how that bit's done once I've got all the components out. So we have all our components to make our rear shocks, so literally all of our components here for the whole of the shocks, so in stages. Going to show you like as promised. So we finish off step 16. So we take one of our rear piston rods and we take one of our E-clips and we place that over the top of the E-clip, and as this is the first one, we can do this on the bench using the bench method. Okay, so that's in. I'm going to do the second one as well. Pop that in there. Go. There we are. Then we take our X10 component. Now, I've gone with the 3 holes because this is an off-road car, so it's going to kind of need some soft suspension. So there we go, one of those. And then we take the other, one of the other E-clips. And getting these little things with fat fingers like mine is another matter. There we go, got it. And this time we are going to need to put this into place. So make sure it's in place and over there ready. And what I tend to do is just line it up and give it a click into place. There we are. And again, I'll do that with the other piston. Your piston's now in place. Then we take our Y3 and we're going to need to put some of these O-rings, and you need to put a little bit of grease on these O-rings. It says I used a little bit of the oil. I'm just going to use a little bit of grease, so I'm just going to do all of them while I'm here. So take your Y3 and pop 2 of those in there. As we'll do the other one while we're here. Two of those in there, see? Then take your piston and again uses a little bit of grease here and kind of this lower section, pop it through. Okay, and you pop it through. Again, another bit here. That'll do. Increase wise, that'll do nicely. Find a hole, pop it through. Once you've popped it through, you need to get the Y1, which is this bottom cap. Again, do the other one. Then we take this part, which is our X11. It's like a damper stop. And then we take our X1, which is this part, and we screw them into place. And I think these are already threaded actually, which makes it nice and easy to do. Thank you, Tamiya. So there you are. That is step 16 completed. We can move on to the next.